everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be doing my first Project Pan update of 2023. So at the beginning of January I posted an introduction video to my Project Pan and I shared with you guys all of the products that I was going to be using. I think in that video I also explained that we're just going to kind of see how it goes, and I saw how it went. And I have some changes that I'm making to the project, and I'll explain those in this video as well. And I also do have some empties, so successful month. But anyway, if project panning, conscious consumerism, no buy content is of interest to you, or planning, productivity, any of that kind of stuff as well, I would love you to take a second to like and subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's just get started. I guess let me talk you through what happened. So I had a group of products that I shared with you at the beginning of January, and I had reasonings for why I picked them and a thought process behind them. In mid-January, I started a new job, and it starts at like 9 a.m. So this is like the first time in my life I have steadily worked like 9 a.m. shift, day after day after day after day. I used to work in retail where I was working from like 2 to 10 or 4 to midnight. So I always had like a long period before my actual workday began to like get ready and have a slow morning and more time to put into getting ready if I chose to. But since my work schedule has changed, the way that I get ready has changed as well, meaning that I am focusing a little bit more on speed and a little bit more on products that are not super fussy. So what I've come to realize is that for work, I really prefer a product that is high coverage, that I can just pop on in the specific spots around my face that I need it, as opposed to like an all over foundation. I just find that when you spot conceal and leave the areas that don't need coverage alone throughout the day, my makeup looks much more natural. It fades. The way that it fades is way less noticeable, and I tend to keep coverage away from like the sides of my nose, underneath my nose pads, or I don't tend to put a lot right here on my chin because that's where I tend to like rest my hand. But when I have like a full cover product like a foundation, I notice where it's wearing in those key areas a lot more than I would when I do spot concealing. All of that to say, originally I had put the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation in my project because I thought that it'd be perfect for work. It's light coverage, easy to apply, looks like skin, but I've found that I don't really like just this kind of product as a whole for work. So I'm not going to be working on this anymore. I'm going to continue to try and make progress on it, but it's not going to be in my Project Pan, just because I want the items that are in my Project Pan to be items that I could see myself using the majority of the month, or way more than I use all of my other products. So I'm taking the Light Wonder out of my Project Pan. I'm going to replace it with the Merit Minimalist Stick. I've fallen in love with this product for work. It is so good. As long as you have a nice moisturized base, this works so flippin' well. I will draw it onto my skin, tap it in, and warm it up with my fingers. Sometimes I blend it out all the way with my fingers. Sometimes I start tapping it out with my fingers and then pick up a brush to finish it. But it works so well. It's a pretty good shade match for me. Glides over my acne pretty nicely. And I also do like it underneath my eyes. So this is the foundation that I'm going to be working on. I'll show you, I'll scroll it up. Is that the way? Twist it up all the way in the like first progress pic to show you. I don't want to do it now though, because it's going to take a little bit, but I do think that I could like actually work on this and finish it with continued use definitely this year. So this is the foundation product that I'm going to have in my project going forward. The next product that I'm taking out of my project is the Saie Glowy Super Gel. So I put this in the project because I use it in tandem with this product, And if this product is no longer in the project, I don't really see the need to have this product in the project anymore. Because this is a stick foundation, hold on. To preface, the way that I would use these two together is I would squirt some of this into my hand and then pump this into it and mix it all up and apply it. But because this is a stick foundation, there's no squirting and mixing a liquid and a cream in that way before you apply it. So I won't be using this in the way that I had originally intended to use it when I put it in the project. Instead, though, I'm going to be adding in the Merit highlighter stick. This is the Day Glow Highlighting Balm in the shade Kava. And I really like these two together. I really love putting this underneath my eyes and then putting this on top. It makes for like a great brightening concealer combo. So we're going to be working on this, which again, this is a stick. So it's going to be also pretty easy to track progress, and I'll roll it all the way up when I do the picture on the screen. But the two products from Merit are going to be replacing the Charlotte Tilbury and the Saie Glowy Super Gel in my project pan, just because these are what I'm going to get more use out of and be able to see more progress with because of my job. So yeah. Next, I'm also taking out these are the Pat McGrath Under Eye Blurring Powders. I put these in here because I really do want to finish them and work on them. But they're super blurring. They're getting everywhere. They're super blurring, lightweight powders that look beautiful on the skin. But another thing that I've noticed being at work all day is that I need something that has a little bit of oil control. And this doesn't really do that. It's specially formulated for the under eyes. It doesn't claim to have any oil controlling properties to it, and it definitely doesn't. But I can't fault it for that. But I have found throughout the day that my makeup lasts way longer when I do reach for a powder that has a little bit of oil control to it. It's just a lot more sturdy and sets it down better. So I'm going to be replacing it with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. This thing is huge. I don't know if I'm going to finish it before the end of the year. I actually doubt it, just because of how big it is. But I would love to actually get some progress on this because I do like this powder. It is easily my favorite. I'm going to try and like get all the powder to settle on the side to show you the progress, but it's probably one of my favorite. It is my favorite setting powder when I'm looking for something that controls oils. I have a lot of other setting powders that I thoroughly enjoy, and most of them are targeted towards blurring, and they work. But specifically with this new job, I've been having 10, 11-hour days, including the time that I'm working and my commute. And I just need something with a little bit more oil control because I do have combination skin. So I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier one going forward. I'm pretty sure that is everything that was originally in the project that is being substituted. So next, let's talk about the products that are still going to be in the project. First things first, I have the Rose Inc Lip and Cheek Color in the shade Foxglove. I did use this a number of times. I do think I've expanded the pan. It's a little bit hard to tell right now because there's product that's been swiped on top of the pan. Let's see, but that whole center area, yeah, that's all pan. It's just like a little bit of product was swiped over the top where I'd put my brush in there. I think I've expanded the pan. I've definitely used it quite a few times. I really enjoy this product and I'm happy that I am working my way through it. The color of it also really works with my skin tone. So yeah, I love this one and I'm making progress on it. I don't track the number of uses in my project pan just because that sounds like a lot of labor, and I really think of makeup as something in the day. Even when I don't have a lot of time, I really think of my makeup as like a part of my getting ready routine that is really relaxing and enjoyable and like serene. And sometimes I just listen to music, sometimes I watch a YouTube video, but it really is like me time. And I don't want to start like tracking and tallying how often I use something because that sounds like introducing labor into that part of my day. and I'm not interested in that. So I know that I used it quite a bit. I enjoyed it, and you can see in the progress picture just how much use I got out of it. So yeah. The next product is the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I made really good progress on this month. I pulled out the stopper, and I'm just like scraping the edges now. When I pulled out the stopper, there's like quite a bit of product left still in here. I imagine it will take me a month, maybe a month and a half to completely finish it. But the stopper is out, progress has been made, and because last month the stopper was still in there. I think I pulled it out about a week ago, so 3 weeks into January. I finally pulled it out, and now I've just been working on actually cleaning off the edge of this and then using the edges before I start like trying to scrape off everything else. But I love this concealer. It's absolutely great. It's the concealer I've repurchased them more than any other concealer I've ever owned, and it works really good for me. It's also a good shade match, so happy with the progress I made on that one. Next, I've got this, which I made so much flipping progress on, and I could have finished it. I really could have finished it. I realized about mid-month that this is something I can't travel with. I can't put it in my bag because it leaks. And if I could have put it in my bag, I definitely would have finished it this month because there's not a lot left. And, especially when you take out the applicator, like there really isn't a lot left. And I reapply a lot of lip products when I'm out of the house. It just sucks I couldn't bring this with me. So I am still trying to work on it. I'm using it every morning when I get ready for the day. I'll put it on before I even start applying my makeup to moisturize my lips. And then some days I like leave the house with it on, and then other days I wipe it off and apply my actual lip color for the day. But I almost finished it. It'll definitely be finished by the end of next month. It's a great product. It just sucks that like it leaks. And the thing is like, I will say it's not too bad. Like it doesn't leak to the point where it's running all over your handbag. Just when you pull it out, it's just a little bit sticky around the brim. And I use a nice handbag that I really enjoy, and I keep it in like a leather. I keep all of like my miscellaneous stuff in like a leather pouch, and I just don't want those things to get damaged. And I know that this leaks ever so slightly, so I've decided not to carry it around with me. But that means I'm also not getting as much usage on it. So, but next month it should be done. Next thing that I have is the Victoria Beckham Bitten Lip Tint in the shade Amour. Again, I have no idea how to track this. I haven't weighed it yet, which I weighed it at the beginning. I don't know if we'll actually be able to see any discernible difference, but I did reach for it a number of times. It is still just as much product on the applicator when I pull it out. So in that way, it hasn't changed at all, but I don't know if we're going to see, any, oh, damn it. I don't know if we're going to be able to tell any discernible difference for a while with this one, but I definitely have used it. I probably used it like 7 times throughout the month. Next, let's talk about empties. So I finished off this little mascara, which was kind of a gimme product, but it was something that had just been sitting around in my collection for like 3 months. I was like, I just need to focus on it to finish it, and that's exactly what I did. This is a sample of the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes, and it is completely dry. Like I am rubbing. It is completely dry. Not even enough to like tint my lashes. I like this mascara. I actually have it in a full size in my backups box. I really enjoy it. I like the applicator. I like the flat edge on it. I can really push it up against my lashes and lift them up. But I haven't opened that one. I don't know if I will. I'm not in like a huge rush to open it. The mascaras that I have open right now, I actually really enjoy and want to like fully use them. So I liked this one. It was good, and I'm glad it's like officially out and done with. And then the second product that I finished this month is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Soft Blurring Primer. She is empty. There is nothing left. Nothing but air. I like squeezed it. I finished it today actually. The day that I'm filming this is January 28th. So there's a couple of days left in the month. 3. but it's done. So yeah, I'm happy about that. I really enjoyed this primer. I would consider repurchasing it. Not anytime soon, but in the future. I think it's a great primer. The oil control on it like isn't the best, but that's fine in the winter. Like considering especially that I'm using a powder that does oil controlling, I don't need the primer to like be the absolute best at it. And it works well for me in the winter. I really like it. I would really recommend it though to someone who has like normal or slightly dry skin that likes more like a soft matte finish. It changed the finish of my skin. Like when I would load on all my skincare and be super glowy, I could apply it and it would make those areas soft matte. They didn't look dry or anything, and it didn't dry out my skin. So it's a nice primer that you can use to kind of change the finish of your skin to something more natural, but it doesn't actively dry out your skin. I really like it. It's a great product, but I am happy to have it done. I've just been using it for a while and it's finally done. So that's it. The two products that I'm going to bring in to replace those are, first I'm going to bring in this sample. This is like a deluxe size sample of the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Pore Diffusing Primer. So this is just going to replace the Shiseido one. I just want to use this, and I want to use it day after day after day after day to really know how I feel about it and to know if I'd want to purchase a full size one. This is the first product. Is it? I think so. This is the first product I've ever used from Rare Beauty. I don't know. People love the brand. I'm not really all that interested in it. Their liquid blushes are like so popular, but every single time I've looked at them, there is not a single shade in the range that I am like innately interested in. So I've just never tried them. I don't care for their new highlighters. Like I don't care for powder highlighters, so I'm not really interested in the highlighter they released. There's like nothing from Rare Beauty that interests me. So I'm excited to finally try out something, and I've used it once, and from what I remember, I really liked it. So I'll continue to use it, hopefully get some good use on it this month, if not finish it, maybe. Probably. I could probably finish this. It's only 5 milliliters. But if not finish it, get really close to it and actually be able to give you a review of it because I will have used it day after day after day after day. So that's in the project now. And then the last product that I'm going to be adding to the project is also from Merit. This is the Merit Bronze Bomb in clay. And I have just been reaching for this in the mornings when I'm getting ready for work. Because it's a stick, I can just draw it on. This is one of the only stick cream bronzers that I actually really like applying from the stick. Normally, I'll actually just use a brush and pick it up from the stick. But this one glides so easily across the face and blends so easily that it doesn't disturb anything below it. So I actually just draw it on, and it's been really nice. And I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, I would actually like to really make an effort to continue to use it and eventually finish it. So that's what I'm going to do. I have about that much left. Let's see. I haven't even used half of it yet. So probably about a quarter, maybe if that, but I have a little ways to go. There's not a whole lot of product in here to begin with. There's only 12.5 grams. So it's not a huge amount, but I'm excited to work on this one. I do really like it. Merit's also clean beauty, so I am a little bit concerned with like things going bad. So I'm hopeful to work on this, the foundation and the highlighter, and really get some good use on them and like get my value out of them. Oh, just to let you know, the highlighting stick and the foundation were sent to me in PR. This one I purchased on my own though, so yeah. Anyway, I think that's my entire Project Pan update. Now we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 products in the project, which I feel like is pretty doable. I've actually been keeping them all on my desk in this little box. It was actually like an old iPhone box, and then I stuck another box in there to like further subdivide it, and I've just had all the products sitting in here on my desk. So yeah, and that's how the Merit product got pulled, because I was sitting there one day, I was like, oh, I pretty much have everything for like a full face in my Project Pan box. And one day I grabbed for this bronzer, and then when I was cleaning up my desk, I just tossed it in this box because I was like, oh, that's enough for a full face, I'll just use this. So I was like, why not add it into the project and actually track my progress and make sure that I continue to use it long term. But anyway, I'm rambling. That's my Project Pan update. I feel really good about it. I mean, it's my first update. We have 2 empties. One of them was a gimme, but the other one is like a full-size product. I made a lot of changes, but it's because my life changed in a really dramatic way in January, but I feel pretty good, and we're on the way to like finishing some other products pretty soon, namely this thing, which I'm excited about. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope that you had as much fun as I did. Before you head out, I love you. Take a second to like and subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.